What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to this video. This is going to be what I am throwing pretty much for the fall and for the winter. First off, my bag. I love this hand-dye bag. It's probably one of the best bags I've ever had. But yeah, this is pretty much my favorite bag. On to the discs. We're going to try to make this quick because I talk a lot. So first off, we have a Mojo disc. This is a Heart, the dynamic disc. I had them dye for me. Just kind of a Mojo disc when I'm having a bad round or having a hard round. This is for my wife and I's wedding. I do not throw this, but I do keep it in my bag. I pulled it out a few times during leagues tonight because I was having a really hard round. So we have that. Next kind of is a utility disc. I haven't decided if it's going to stay in the bag. It probably will, but I have a full tilt. I really do not throw this disc very often. It's, like I said, it's a utility disc. I can get about 200 feet of it, and that's about it. But I really kind of enjoy throwing it. So it's kind of working its way in my bag as like oversaid with utility disc, but I haven't exactly figured out what shots exactly I want for it. On to my putting putters. I have Wardens. These are pretty much interchangeable. I have a bunch actually in my bag that I will definitely change in winter, just because when I play in winter, white with the snow that we get up in Ohio, no bueno. So I'll definitely lose these. I haven't decided which ones I'm grabbing yet, but I have a bunch. I think I have 12 or 14 in there. So, but as of right now, going with the white stamps ones. These are all beat up. Throwing putters. I love throwing putters. I have a bunch. We'll start with, this is a new Agent. This is not fully in the bag yet. This is also one I'm going to wipe and try to dye so that I have it during the winter months. I really like the Agent. It is an overstable putter. Kind of reminds me of the Luna that I used to throw. Obviously it's a little bit different, but it feels pretty close to that, so I really do like this. With that, I have my beat up one that's in here somewhere. So this is the beat up one that I have. I'm trying to get this to be this. That way they're interchangeable and I can use them when I want. This one I will keep white, and this one I will dye so that I can use in winter months. Really enjoy the Agent. Next we have, sorry about that, guys. Next we have EMAC Judges. This one's my flippy one. This is probably the flippiest putter I have in my bag. I got it in Fort Wayne last year. I do have a green one that I need to beat up into this type of stuff. It's the same plastic. But I really, really enjoy this. Actually, I do this a lot tonight. And then we have just kind of a premium plastic EMAC Judge. Both of the premium ones that I have are moonshine, so in winter I don't know what I'm going to do. I do have other colors up there, but nothing that's exactly as stable as this. I have one that's close. But right now, this is the one I have in it. It's the moonshine. This one will turn over. This one will like dump over, dump over. This one has a nice ending. It'll still turn over, but it won't dump. It'll just kind of stay on whatever line I put it on. Next, we're almost done. Next, I have a Nomad. This one's really beat up. This is kind of like an Agent, except for it's straighter. The Agent has a little bit more finish. This is a little bit more straighter of a disc. So keep this in the bag. I really, really enjoy this one. There's a few shots tonight. I should have probably thrown this one, but I didn't. So I also let a dude use this at the last tournament. Shout out to you. You got it back to me. Thank you, I appreciate it. I do have spares, but this is my favorite one. We have an Envy for overstable. More so only for forehands. This is like my forehand putter. When I just have to kind of pop a forehand out. I can forehand the EMAG Judges, but I do kind of like a little bit more stable putter for forehands. So this is the one I'm looking for. And then I have a Sky God. I really like this disc just for floaty stuff. I don't throw it actually that often yet. It's kind of like the Agent, but this floats more. So if I have more airspace, I'm probably throwing this. If I don't have a lot of airspace, I'm probably throwing the Agent. So on to now my bag discs. I carry what is this? 5 mids. Yeah. So I have 5 mids. I have the Warrant for my understable. This one I can pretty much throw it on hyzer and it'll flip up and ride left as I'm lefty. So I really like this disc. I throw it a lot. From here, I have 2 buzzes. They're pretty interchangeable. This one's a little bit straighter. This one pretty much holds hyzer a little bit better. This one can get a little bit squirrely in wind. This one generally doesn't, and so I keep them both in the bag. For overstable, I have a Malta and I have a Verdict. This is for backhand only. I do not like this little lip from the Malta, so I do not throw these forehand, but I really like them backhand. And for forehands, because this is so board flat, I throw this Verdict. I really like this Verdict. I have trouble finding Verdicts that are this board flat. So I really hope I don't lose this. I do have a purple one for winter, so I don't lose this one. That is pretty board flat, but not as close, not as board flat as this one. On to my approach. I carry a Justice and a Zone. They're pretty interchangeable. The difference being is this will go straighter longer. It's overstable, but it'll go straighter, a little longer. This will just dump. Unless I grip lock it like I did today. So yeah, they're kind of interchangeable, but I like this one. I want a little bit more push forward, and this one I don't want as much push forward. I also forehand this one more than I do this one, just because it's straighter. If I do kind of get over on this one, it will hold, it'll hold that turnover more than this one will. Fairways. I am the king of fairways. I have a lot of discs in my bag, guys. So, fairways. I have 2 Mavericks. This is my flippiest fairway I have. This is next in line. This one gets thrown when I think wind's going to mess with this one more than it should. But they're pretty interchangeable. This one is a little bit more stable, but nowhere near to what's next in the bag. So if I need a straight shot, if I need something that's going to pan left, I'm definitely throwing this one. If I think the wind's going to turn this one over too much, I'll go to this one because it's exactly for the exact same shot, just for a little different wind. Next, I have a bunch of evaders in my bag. I very much enjoy the evader. Probably my favorite fairway driver mold. My neighbors are upstairs. So, we have the Air Evader. This Air Evader is pretty much when I think that the Blue Maverick is not enough. When I need something to really finish. I need that turnover, but I also need that finish. So I throw the Air Evader as it's flippy in evader standpoint, but it's a little bit more stable than the Maverick. I also like to forehand these. I don't like to forehand the Mavericks. They're a little too flippy. I will definitely forehand this. Next, we have two more evaders. This is more of my forehand evader. This is a backhand evader. I can forehand this one, but this is a little bit flatter, and so I like this one better. It's also beat up a little bit more, so I get a cleaner release off of it. It's also flatter. Come winter, when white is not the disc to use, I don't know what I'm going to replace this with yet, but I'm trying to figure that out. And then for overstable, I have a Ricky evader. I really like the Ricky evader. It's workable. It's definitely overstable. I throw this forehand and backhand. I really like it. It's pretty close to what this is. We'll get into that here in a second. But this dumps at the end, which I really enjoy. So, basically, next disc is a getaway. A lot of times I don't like to throw this evader. I will throw this. This is a forehand disc only. I have backhanded it a few times, but because it's board flat and everything, and I seem to get a cleaner release on the evader, I will go with the evader backhand, and I will go with this forehand. I can pump this out to about 280, 290. I just really like the getaway. It's overstable enough, it deals with the wind, but it's flat enough where I can really rip on it and it'll just keep going. And a disc I just put in my bag is the Ricky Felon. So I had a Pioneer for this shot, and I could only throw the Pioneer about 240, which basically I had mid-ranges for that shot. The Felon, I can get about 260, 270, and so I put this Felon in my bag. I have not thrown this Ricky one on the course. I have thrown it, but I have not thrown it on the course. And yeah, it gets me a little bit farther than the Pioneer. It's a little bit more workable, and it still holds up to the wind. It's a disc I probably won't throw very often, but when I do need that overstable disc with the wind, I know a Felon's going to be a Felon. Plus, I like how flat it is, so I can really rip on it. Okay, distance drivers, and we're done, guys. Oops. So, distance drivers, I have 3 Hades. Roller Hades, mid-stability Hades, pop up to flat, and basically will not turn over on me. This one will. This one I can pop up and ride over. This one's a roller. This one, it'll pop up and ride and then kind of sit. It won't dump. It'll just kind of sit where I want it. I can get about 340 out of these. My roller, not so much. Roller, this is kind of just a utility disc, as I just don't understand rollers great yet. But if I do need a roller, this is the one I'm throwing. Next, I have 2 Graces. This one's beat up. This one's pretty new. This is straight to overstable. This one is just pretty much overstable. I very much enjoy throwing these. It just kind of depends on what the wind's doing, which one I'm going for. And then for my overstable, I have a Ride and I have a Raider. This is actually a little bit more stable than this, not by much. But to be honest with you, if I'm forehanding, I'm probably throwing the Ride. If I'm backhanding, I'm throwing the Raider. This little pop toppiness, I'm not a fan of, but I do like the Raider. As kind of like today, I grip locked it on 18 for leagues, and it went like this, and it still fought back and sat. Now I missed the putt, but that wasn't for the disc. That was for me misreleasing the putt. But it's definitely something. It's definitely what I throw if I had to throw over something and get some distance. I really like this Raider. I'm trying to find more reasons to throw it more. So that's my bag, guys. Sorry, guys, if you guys heard my neighbors are vacuuming, but that's what I have in my bag. Pretty much it's set. That's about it though, guys. Alright? Alright.